Hey friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Speaking of a Disney twist, something that I've been doing for the last couple of years is posting a monthly Disney park copycat recipe. Of course, I'm putting an allergy-friendly spin on all of these recipes because I eat gluten and dairy free, and so I want to be able to share the authentic park experience while also being able to enjoy the treats myself. And because May the 4th, aka Star Wars Day, is right around the corner, I thought it was a perfect time to try out a recipe that I've been holding on to for a minute. So at Hollywood Studios in Disney World, there has been a treat that's been around for a little while now called the Wookiee Cookie. This is what it looks like at the park. It's basically an oatmeal cookie that has a whoopie pie sort of filling in between the two cookies, so it's a little bit like a cookie sandwich, and it's got a bar of chocolate on top that's decorated to look like Chewbacca's belt. I've not been able to have this myself because, again, gluten and dairy, etc. So I thought, how do you go wrong with a whoopie pie oatmeal cookie? That sounds amazing, and it sounds like it's something that I could very easily put together here, so I'm gonna give it a try. And when I tell you this has been one of my favorite results for one of my Disney copycat recipes, this turned out absolutely amazing. So I'm very much looking forward to sharing this recipe with you guys. I hope that you enjoy it, and without any further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Kiddo's eating his Cheetos in the background and listening to the iPad, so as usual, we're gonna have a nice level of background noise today. For our Wookiee cookies, for our version, we're going to need 1.5 cups or 210 grams of all-purpose gluten-free flour blend. This is my favorite one to use for all things cooking and baking. This already has xanthan gum in it, but if your flour doesn't, then you also need 1.25 teaspoons of xanthan gum. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup or 100 grams of granulated sugar, 2.5 cups or 250 grams of certified gluten-free old-fashioned rolled oats. Oats naturally do not contain gluten, but the way that they are harvested, there is almost always cross-contamination with wheat, and so these gluten-free ones, the ones that they actually take the time to get inspected and mark gluten-free, it's the only way to know that they've absolutely not come in contact with any gluten whatsoever. 1 cup or 218 grams of packed light brown sugar, 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm using Enjoy Life because they're allergy friendly. I don't know if the Wookiee cookies at the park have chocolate chips in them, but I've got chocolate chips here, so why not? 10 tablespoons or 140 grams of unsalted butter at room temperature. If you're not worried about dairy-free, you can use regular butter, but I'm going to be using the Miyoko's vegan butter. This is my favorite one for baking. We also need 2 eggs, room temperature. So the butter and the eggs should both be at room temperature. We need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then for the whoopie pie version / Wookiee version, I have some marshmallow cream here that I'm going to use between the cookies. And we've also got my favorite dairy-free chocolate. This is the Lindt oat milk. My son could not have picked a noisier food to eat right now, could he? So I'm going to use this for the Wookiee belt, and we're going to use our cookie icing for the detailing. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to line a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper and set it aside. In a large bowl, I'm going to put my flour, baking soda, and salt, and I'm going to whisk it to combine it well. If you need to add xanthan gum, then this would be the time to do that. Then we're going to add in our granulated sugar and our oats and whisk again to combine. Add in your packed brown sugar and mix, breaking up any lumps. Then we're going to add in our butter and mix it with a large spoon. We want to press down with the back of the spoon to make sure to moisten all of the other ingredients. We're going to add in the beaten eggs and vanilla and mix until the dough comes together. It should be really thick and a little bit difficult to stir, but continue to alternately press the cookie dough with the back of your spoon and stir until all of the dry ingredients are basically absorbed. Now we're going to add in our chocolate chips and mix to distribute the chips evenly throughout until the dough is completely integrated. We're going to divide the dough into about 24 equal pieces, each about the size of a golf ball, and smash them down with the palm of your hand. We want to flatten these out till they're about 3/4 of an inch thick. Try to put them about 2 inches apart so that they have room to spread. We're going to place our baking sheets into the freezer for about 15 minutes. This is really important so that they maintain their texture. After the 15 minutes, once the dough's chilled, we're going to place the baking sheet in the center of the preheated oven and bake for about 12 minutes or until the cookies are lightly golden brown all over. The edges might be a little browner, that's totally fine. The cookies will still be very soft to the touch, so we want to remove the baking sheet from the oven and allow them to cool until they're firm for at least 10 minutes. I'm going to let them cool completely because the next step involves decorating and we want them firm and cool for that. Now that our cookies are firm and cool, we're going to put the marshmallow cream on one side, sandwich them with another cookie, and we're going to get creative here with our chocolate and make a little Wookiee belt, decorate it with some cookie icing, and we are ready to enjoy. Alright friends, there you have it. There is my Wookiee cookie. Oh my goodness, they turned out so good. Whether you have them hot or cold or whatever, room temperature, I guess, not cold. You know what I mean. They are amazing. The addition of the chocolate chips into the cookie, again, I don't know if that's authentic to the park, but it was really tasty. The cookies on their own are delicious. The cookies with the fluff, next level. But the cookies with the fluff and that chocolate on top, sensational. It really is a combination that you can't go wrong. It's just incredible. And the best thing about this recipe is that I was able to make a dozen cookies. So I made 6 sandwiches, but then I also had enough dough left over for I think 16 more cookies. So what I did is that I went ahead and I sliced them up, I pressed them out, and I shoved them into the freezer right on the pan. Once they were solid, I peeled them up and put them into Ziploc bags. I wrote the instructions on the Ziploc bag, so I guess when the time comes, I will probably thaw them out. Still leave them cold enough, right? Because I did cook them from chilled. So I'll thaw them out some, but then throw them in the oven with the regular directions. And I should very easily have more cookies for a rainy day whenever I don't feel like putting the dough together. Although I will say, this recipe is one of the simpler ones I've tried recently. This came together, it felt like in no time at all. And there wasn't any need for like extra special appliances or anything. We didn't have to use a food processor. We didn't even have to use a hand mixer. So this was very easy, very quick, and super yummy. If you guys try these, I would love for you to come on back and let me know how you like them. My husband had some. He does not eat gluten or dairy free, and he thought they were great, which is always my test, my standard for like how good are these really? Is it just because I'm used to eating allergy friendly and that's why I think they're good, or would they pass the standard American test? And in our case, my very picky husband thought that they were great. So again, try them. I bet you'll enjoy them. Let me know. And if you have any ideas for any recipes you want to see next, let me know and I'll try my best to accommodate. I want to thank you all so much for being here and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. See you real soon.